Yo, what's up? This is DJ Yella from the world's most dangerous group. You're watching Montreality in your face. A lawyer, warrior, will rarely, will rarely worry. A lawyer warrior will rarely worry why we rule. That ain't that hard. Horrible. C average. School, I didn't like school. I did my 12 years, but that's it. I didn't care for school. Now my brother, A student, all the way through medical school, but me, nah, 12 years, that's it. Ooh, growing up, poor. Actually, I had a couple of jobs. Not really. I had one job at a dairy. You know, like a store or something, where you go up to the car and ask them what they want, milk and eggs and stuff like that. I worked at a place called Taco Bell for 1 year, and that's it. I ain't never had another 95 cents. Ooh, the first big check. I would say, I think I was driving by, I seen an all-white vet. I'm like, let me have that. I want that right there. All white. White steering wheel, white seats, everything white. It was the anniversary model. And I just pulled in, 28,000, give it here, and gone. Yeah, 1988. Drove by, seen a white vet, all white, pure anniversary model. Rare, I should have kept it. Be worth some money now, but that was the first thing I did. If I was to write a book, I don't know. Let me think of that question. See, these are off the wall questions. That one I have to think about. I don't know, because I'm writing a book and I don't want to reveal the title. That's why I didn't answer it. Ooh, my favorite cartoon character probably would be, ooh, that's a good one. That's quite a few of them, because I like the old school cartoon, the Road Runner. I mean, you know, the Coyote, you know. Well, the Coyote was kind of mad because he never caught him. You know, always chasing the Road Runner, but I even like Bugs Bunny, Porky Pig. You know, I like all the Looney Tunes. That's my favorite, is the Looney Tunes. We didn't have video games. No, actually, we had a video game, Donkey Kong. But that was when I wasn't a kid no more, so I didn't have them as a kid. I only had them as like an adult, so Donkey Kong was the one back then. The porn game. Once EAZY died, and I just felt music was done for me, so I'm like, I'm cool. So a buddy of mine brought the porn to me, but see, I jumped in like music producer, the cameras, editing, the computer, everything. So I shot everything, and I did over 300 movies, probably more than that. So I did that for like 12 years, and I got out of it about 3 years ago. Now I got the love for music back again, so I'm here. Me and Dre, you know, we go back to the beginning of all this stuff. You know, it was me and Dre as DJs. So we had that chemistry from way back then. So when we got into doing the music, the Wrecking Crew music, you know, we did that, you know, kind of corny, kind of whack, these days standard. And then we got into the EAZY-E album, JJ Fad album, you know, the DLC, the N.W.A's. I did EAZY's last album. I mean, me and Dre were just, you know, we was a team. So, you know, he say left, he say right, you know, we just did it. You know, it was no big thing. We just made that music. The Police song, you know, I don't think it was gonna make the album. You know, it's kind of, up in the air. So, you know, we just like, then they harassed us, you know, harassed Dre a little bit more. So he just, okay, put it on there. At first we wasn't really gonna put it on there, you know, because people back then just would not say that. But we just went ahead, and I'm glad we did too. Well, the funny thing is, when the group broke up, we was #1 on the charts. I never heard, to this day, I don't know personally, of a group that broke up at #1. They break up when they last or not selling, but we broke up at #1. And I don't think, it might have been just too big to keep that group together. It was too perfect. So, you know, it was just meant to be. You know, Cube left, then Dre left, then, you know, that was it. You know, once we finished mixing Niggas for Life album, the group was over. People didn't know that, but the group was over there. I didn't really have a reason to stay. It's just like, Dre asked me to go, I just never answered him. You know, I'm like, hey, he ain't doing that, you know, he is cool with me, so, you know, why leave, go where? I just was there, you know. It wasn't no him over him or nothing like that. Me and Dre are still buddies to this day, so it was just, I just didn't leave. That's the only reason it was. I seen Dre a couple of months ago at his studio. He was working on Eminem's new song, and you know, I just went there and hung out a little while. We supposed to hook up in Paris next month when me and N.W.A be out there performing. So yeah, me and him will hook up next month. So me and him is still cool. I mean, you know.
I'm wearing his headphones, so you know.
Oh yeah, we go back 30 plus years, so we cool. I haven't talked to Ren in a few years. Cube I talked to last year when we first talked about the movie and stuff, so you know, he put me up to date on up to speed in film. They would say up to speed. So, you know, he told me about that last year, so I mean, we still cool, everybody's still cool. It's just Ren I just have not seen or talked to, so he just kinda staying in his own place, I guess. Right now the movie, Universal's doing the movie. For people that didn't know, you know, they just bought it from New Line and stuff like that. It should be coming out 2015. Right now they casting, so they should be shooting very soon. I don't know when, but I would say close to summer probably. They should be shooting. So, you know, then you got to edit and all this promotion and all that. So I would say 2015 is coming out. I will be a consultant on the set. And you know, everybody put in their inputs on the story. You know, everybody said their own parts about the story. So you know, they took it off of everybody's story, made the script. So it should be pretty good. It's gonna be pretty good. The last time I saw E was January of '95. We was going to a convention in Los Angeles. Actually, a porn convention. Actually, yeah, we went up and back. Now the first and last time we ever stayed in the same room, because Vegas was booked up, so we had to stay in the same room, and we had never stayed in the same room, ever. Me and Dre usually was the roommates, but that was the first time, first and only time too. That was weird. You know, I don't talk about it because I don't know nothing about it. You know, I just stayed away. You know, I don't know what happened. When I went to go see E at the hospital, it was the day that they announced it, that he had it. You know, but when I went and seen him, he was already in a coma, so he couldn't talk or anything like that. They had gave him medicine so he couldn't move, so it was just, you know, I didn't really get to say what I wanted to say, but you know, I had seen him that January, a few months ahead of time, so that's all. It was just, I just seen him and that was it. I couldn't talk to him or nothing. He went to the White House for free pub. You know, he donated some money and his real name ain't right. And they invited him, and they didn't know who he was until he got there. Then it was the big thing. So he got $1 million worth of press for free. But he didn't really plan it like that, but that's just the way it happened. It was the media that did it, so. There is no EAZY-E songs left, trust me. Actually I got one song, but it was a diss song. And I just said, that's why I didn't put it on his last album, so I'm like, nah, I'll stay away from that. And no, I'm not gonna tell you who he's dissing, so I'll just leave that dead. It's done, it's gone. Dre talked about, actually he let me hear songs from the album. It's a great album, from the ones I heard, but you know, he's such a perfectionist, so it's hard, you know. I mean, to me, he don't have to come out with it. I wouldn't, but you know, if he wants to, it's gonna be perfect, so. You know, I heard it. A whole bunch of people on it and sound great.
If it's gonna come, it'll come out soon.
The biggest lie? Whoa, that Michael Jackson is still alive. That gotta be the biggest lie right there. That ain't happening. Gotta stop listening to Facebook. The youth is, you guys better wake up quick and get out of YouTube all day. You know, I know a lot of people, that's all they do is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you know, just, hey, you gotta get out there. The world is rough. Trust me, it's rough.